Hello guys, I am back with another episode. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and the message reads like this. Hello my brother Nashi, can you please post my own story? I follow your English channel. Please post for me. I want to send a clear warning to all the people who are out there who are going to be listening to this program. I once tried to do a money-making ritual, not because I was poor. No, I was not poor. I am someone who is actually working in a bank. So this is how it all started. At that time, when I decided to do all of these money-making rituals, I was into this thing of doing soccer betting. I loved it a lot, and I was losing a lot of money. When I was losing all of this money, I then decided to hide all of my losses from my wife, because I knew that if I showed her that I was losing a lot when I was doing all of this online gambling, she was going to stop me from continuing with this online betting. So I kept lying to my wife. But when my wife finally found out that financially I was now using some of our savings, she got really angry with me and she wanted an explanation. The reason why my wife got so angry with me, in her mind, she thought that maybe I was having another relationship because she kept on thinking, why was I using all of this money? Because I kept on transferring money from another account and into another account, and there was no trace on how I was using all of that money, and I had no explanation. I could not tell my wife that this thing that I was doing of online betting, I was so much into it, so much that I had gotten addicted to it. I was afraid that if I tell my wife that this is what I was doing, even sometimes when I'll be at work, there were days that I'll just gamble and gamble, even though it was not allowed to gamble whilst we were at work. But I was so addicted, I could not spend more than 2 hours not going and checking what were the scores like, and I'll end up betting. I never even cared if I was losing money. I was just happy if here and there I'll just win. Maybe a single win for me would make me to bet again. The day that she found out that this was what I was doing, she kept on threatening me with divorce. She said that if you are having a relationship, you have to tell me, because if I find out on my own that you are cheating on me, I am going to divorce you. And the way that we got married, me and my wife, I knew that if she divorces me, I'll end up losing everything. Because when we got into this marriage, my wife, she has a better job, and she's the one who has been purchasing a lot of assets in our marriage. So I knew that if my wife then end up divorcing me, I would even end up being on the street, because I didn't have a lot of money. My wife was like a backup to me. She was an independent woman. She kept on threatening me until I had to come clean. There was no other option. On this other day, I spoke with my wife and I told her that I was having this gambling problem, but I had already lost a lot of money through this online gambling. But I was not completely honest with her, because in my mind, I kept on telling myself that sooner or later, I was going to hit the jackpot. Then I'll cover all of the losses. Finally, she will be happy and she will see that this thing of online gambling, in the end, you can win no matter how many losses you would have acquired in the past. So I was not completely honest with her, so much that she didn't know that when I spoke with her about my gambling problem, we were already 2 months behind on our house loan. What I used to do is that I used to check the mail regularly, especially before I could go to work. On another accounts, I could actually drive from work when I'll be on my lunch break, so that I can just come to the house and check if there was a mail in the mailbox from the bank. I would then take that mail that the bank would have sent us, reminding us that we were behind on our payments. I will take that mail, then I'll just destroy it. so that my wife cannot see that we were in trouble. In the meantime, I kept on looking for people who could assist me to do money making rituals. I started doing a lot of researches until I found out a link, and that link took me to Telegram. That is when I joined this satanic group. At first, I was quiet, but one day this girl, she just approached me. She was a young girl, and because of the age difference that was there between me and that girl, when she approached me, we started talking. Then she started sending me pictures. She was so beautiful. I could not resist her. I still remember that there were days that I would just look at her picture. Sometimes I'll end up even kissing my own phone. That is when I started cheating on my wife with that girl that I had met on Telegram. One day when I was talking with her, she asked me a question and she said, "Do you have DHL in your country?" And I said, "Yes, of course, we have DHL." And she then said, "I want to send you a package. Is it okay?" Then I gave her another address. I didn't give her my home address. She then sent me a satanic necklace and an old coin. I don't know from what time it was, but it seemed as if it was an old coin. Then she said, "At night, you should go and throw this coin in the river and wait for a sign." After I received that package, I did that ritual as she had instructed me, but nothing happened. But when I was returning from that river, I was chased by a big black dog, but it just disappeared into the night. But when I arrived back home, I saw an envelope that was filled with money. I then deposited that money into my bank account and I used the money to settle my bills. Once again, I kept it as a secret, but my brother, the problem that I am facing is I am always afraid. Every second of the day, it's like there is someone or other people that are watching me. This happens to me whenever I am awake. It will be like I'll be watched by a demon or something so evil. I once tried praying, but I started laughing and laughing uncontrollably. No matter how hard I would try to control myself not to laugh, but I kept on laughing. My wife was also surprised by the way that I was laughing, because on that evening we were getting ready to eat. Then my wife asked me to bless the food that was in front of us. Instead of me just saying a simple prayer like, "God bless the food that is before us," I started laughing. Even my kids, they didn't even understand what was wrong with me. It has been 2 years since this thing has happened. I then spoke with another man who said that he is a powerful man, but he said, "I will visit you in your dreams." But that man, he has never showed up in my dreams. My wife then said something that shocked me. She said, "For these past few weeks, I have been waking up, especially around 2 a.m. This is when I wake up. When I wake up, even if I try to shake you, you don't even wake up. You'll be in a deep sleep, and your body, it will be so cold as if you are like a snake." She said that my whole body turns into ice cold as if I am a dead person. Please, brother, I beg you, is there any way that I can recover from this thing that I am going through? I beg people not to do rituals. Before this, I was okay in life, but now I am just suffering at work. I just face bad luck. Customers sometimes can just say you have bad service, but they will be the ones with the problem. Now I am actually on my first warning. This was after I made a mistake on a client's account. I don't even know how I ended up doing such a simple mistake. Whilst that client was sitting right there, she had came to the bank and I ended up messing up her account. So I got my first warning. I don't know what I will do if I lose this job. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was forwarded to me by one of our admins. Strange things do happen in this world. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it is being narrated by one of our admins.
Hi Nashi, I'm a young woman aged 25 who got married to a rich businessman, but my life is quite a mystery now. My marriage is not as good as I was expecting. I am a graduate at NAST University. I grew up in a stable family of 6 children and I am the last born. I met my husband when he was my eldest sister's blesser. He would frequently take us out until one day he took me out alone. He told me that he had always liked me and wanted to make me his. I refused at first because I was scared of my sister's reaction. I later gave in to his words, and that's when things started falling apart between me and my sister. My sister warned me not to get too attached to him and his money. She actually told me to eat what I can afford to pay back, but I thought she was only jealous of me. She died within since she didn't want the family to know that she was into blessers as well. I started spending his money going out in Dubai and other countries on vacations. Everything seemed well until I got pregnant. Well, the first months were happy ones because he came to pay my bride price. My uncles and parents denied the lobola because they said he was old enough to be my father. I told myself that my elder sister had influenced them to this, but I was wrong. I decided to get married to him on my own. So we got married in court and went to Zanzibar Island for our honeymoon. Things started getting out of hand during the honeymoon when you saw me talking to the waiter. I was merely asking for a cocktail menu, but he insinuated that I was having an affair with the waiter. He came and punched the waiter and warned him to stay away from me. He told him that he could kill him if he didn't adhere to his warning. He then went to the manager and told him that I was only to be served by female waiters. Then I asked him why he was doing this, and he told me I was his property and no man should play around his property. He has denied me to work because he claims I'm exposed to such men. I don't go out shopping, rather I do online shopping. I only go out with him only, and even then he is still insecure. I once threatened to leave the marriage and he told me I was free to do that if I am able to pay back whatever he had spent on me. I am really struggling in this marriage. Please help.
Dear listeners, right there was a narration that was done by one of our admins. Please let us talk about this issue in the comment section. I'll be back with another episode.